Members of Parliament have debated President Cyril Ramaphosa's opening of Parliament speech, in which he outlined the 7th administration's policy framework. In his address, Ramaphosa proposed what he described as a national engagement, saying it will forge a common vision for the country's future. But his call did not find resonance across the political divide. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo closely followed the debate and filed this report.
The president of the ANC assembled the bloated executive of open-armor puppets, of semi-literate matriculants, of apartheid apologists.
The establishment of the government of national unity is singularly a very cruel joke by the Ramaphosa faction of the ANC and the Democratic Alliance.
In addition of selling fictional buffaloes at Phala, you are also a salesperson for independent power producers.
A fiery debate on the opening of Parliament address. Opposition parties did not hold back as they disdainfully rejected the 7th administration's policy framework outlined by President Cyril Ramaphosa on Thursday. Some bemoaned what was not contained in the opening of Parliament address.
You said nothing about international relations while we are living in a world defined by shifting global balance of forces. The West, under the guidance and protection of the United States of America, is agitating for a world war.
While others have just lost hope in Ramaphosa's leadership.
When you became president in 2018, youth unemployment was sitting at 43%. And nearly 7 years into your presidency, youth unemployment currently sits at 45% for individuals aged 15 to 34 and a whopping 59% for young people aged 15 to 24. Your presidency is characterized by many promises and many failures.
Despite Ramaphosa and the ANC extending an olive branch and still welcoming all parties to join the government of national unity to be part of formulating solutions, the EFF flatly rejected the offer and turned down being part of the proposed national dialogue to forge a common vision as proposed by Ramaphosa.
We as the EFF will not form part of a factional and a decoy of the so-called national dialogue, which happens after the government has already committed budgets and programs to this agenda. We are not in the business of talk shows.
With his parties back on the wall, as opposition parties threw one political jab after another, the Minister of Electricity turned on the heat during the fiery debate.
As I confront what I refer to the Malema oxymoron. What do I mean by the Malema oxymoron? So, it is acceptable for the EFF to enter into an arrangement with the DA and other parties to displace the ANC in Tshwane, Ekurhuleni and Johannesburg. But when we do that, we get to be labeled.
The ANC did not have to look too far for assistance, with some of their GNU partners having their back.
If there's one contribution that the official opposition does make, it is to serve as a visible and audible reminder of the trouble we will find ourselves in if we don't succeed. Their caucus attendance register reads like the index to the Zondo report, with one notable absentee, the face of state capture, usually in Nkandla, but today pulling the strings from the gallery.
Having sat through the 9-hour-long heated debate, Ramaphosa will on Monday have an opportunity to respond to the input made by MPs. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I'm Juniour Khumalo at the Cape Town City Hall.